Good afternoon. You are on the channel Quilt Stories. My name is Irina and today I want to invite you to sew from strips of fabric. You can choose different colors. I have such bright colors. Choose according to your preference or use tiny fabric leftovers. You can also choose any width of fabric strips from 1.5 to 2 inches. The number of strips can also be varied. You can take 4 or 3 strips of fabric of different colors. Or you can as well get by with 2 lanes. Respectively, the width of these parts will also be different. So let's see it all in practice. I've already cut out 4 strips of fabric of such colors. Here I've got the transition from yellow to red according to my idea and design. But you can choose any colors you like and use all pieces that you have, even the slightest leftovers. My strips are 1.5 inches wide. You can take 2 inches strips. It will depend on what you want to sew and from the width of this strip that we will get later. So now we will sew these strips of fabric with each other, connecting them in pairs. First, let's take yellow and red and then sew 4 together. We will stitch them like this, stepping back a little bit to get less waste. Here are 2 strips together. Let's move the seams in one direction and then sew 4 strips together, slightly shifting the edge. So we have sewn a big strip of 4 colors. Now let's take a knife and a ruler. We will need a ruler with 60-degree markup. Here is our 60-degree line. I combine it with the line of the strip and start cutting triangles of 60 degrees. By the way, if you don't have such a ruler with a markup of 60 degrees, you can take any other ruler with a 60-degree angle, like a 60-degree triangle. If you've got no such triangle, just draw a 60-degree triangle on a piece of paper and use it as a template. Let's cut out one more strip. Now we get 2 types of triangles. The first triangle are yellow with a dark top, and the second kind is red with a yellow nose. You may wonder why we cut triangles if we can make squares as well. Indeed, you can cut strips on squares, but triangles are much more convenient for laying out a lot of marvelous patterns, and I'm going to show you this now. So here is option number 1 with such hexagons. You can easily sew them together from triangles. And we already know how to sew triangles together. If you don't know it yet, please watch the previous video, Triangular Fantasies, where I show in detail everything about triangles and how to connect them. You can sew them in such rows and you will get bright and beautiful hexagons. So here is option number 2. Here we lay pieces in strips. We will put a light strip, make a zigzag, but here the dark part will go, and they will alternate with each other like this. Option number 3. The so-called boomerang block. The pattern looks like rhombuses. Boomerang pattern looks extremely interesting on multicolored fabrics. You may take not exactly such colors, just any different colors, and they will form very nice pictures. For example, dark and then bright light parts and such beautiful pieces. You can also lay the pattern in horizontal strips, that is, a rhombus will belong, which also looks a bit different. This block is especially lovely if you make all the strips multicolored. Here is another interesting variant of the hexagons. In the middle, we get a kind of a snowflake. You can build this block further, for example, adding light strips on these edges. And you can continue with triangles or put here the background rhombus for such a beautiful star. Well, everything is up to your fantasy and ideas with triangles. You can also make this middle light, just put these parts like this. The middle will then look in such a way, and here I showed you how you can make a star there. Now let's say you have the hexagons, and now you can transform your hexagon into a triangle. This is how we attach it. Make different triangles with different midpoints or the snowflakes, and then just stitch these big triangles together. You can see on the sketches how everything will work out. And here is one more interesting option for those who want to sew a long lunch mat, for example. That's what I can offer. Look how beautiful it turns out. The only thing is that the width of their strips of fabric should be more. Otherwise, it will be more like a strip, not a mat. If we take wide strips, your mat will be wider and longer. And in the next video, I will show you my version of this pattern. Which option did you like best? What would you make yourself? Please share your opinions with me and click subscribe and ring the bell not to miss the next videos and get all notifications. See you!